How do you know that God exists? First of all, ready for this one, you know it. You just know it. There is something inside of you that actually knows that God exists. I really don't have to prove it to you.
Then why is your video called Proof God Exists?
The reason that you don't believe in God is that you actually suppress the obvious truth in unrighteousness.
Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I expect that to accomplish anything? I think this is projection. I think that because he believes in a God because he wants to, he figures that atheists don't believe in a God because we don't want to. For me, belief just does not work that way. I don't know how to simply cause myself to not believe something just because I don't want it to be true. I'd prefer that smug, douchey televangelists like this asshole didn't exist. Nonetheless, here I am making a video acknowledging his existence. Also, if it were really the case that atheists don't believe in a God because they don't want to, why would you expect proof to change that? If atheists are suppressing the truth of a God's existence, wouldn't they also suppress the veracity of any proof or argument you could offer?
In other words, you squash the knowledge that God exists so you can live whatever way you want to.
Why is it that nobody ever does this with any other form of authority? Why is it that you never see anybody denying that cops exist? If the existence of a God is obvious, yet people still deny it because they think that allows them to get away with shit, why doesn't anybody ever deny the obvious existence of cops? People don't deny the existence of cops because that's fucking stupid. I don't know anybody so dumb as to think that by suppressing their belief in cops, they could therefore get away with doing whatever they want. Yet this asshole seems to think that every atheist is just that dumb. He won't entertain the possibility that maybe atheists aren't that dumb and that maybe Yahweh's existence is not as obvious as he wants it to be.
Because this is so obvious. A child would walk in here and realize somebody did this.
I think reasoning like a child is precisely his problem.
Now, Psalm 19 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. Day after day they speak without saying a word." How do you know that God exists? Look at the creation. You know there's a creator.
This sounds like he's arguing that the fact that anything exists proves that a conscious mind caused it to exist. Who would be convinced by this obvious non sequitur?